Good evening, everyone. So today I am here to give you a new style of video that I'm bringing towards my channel, and I hope you guys like it. I will accept all opinions because I understand that all opinions matter. But during this segment, I ask that you always keep an open mind and an open heart. Please respect all of those who make their comments, as this is a place where we can have a conversation. So today I present to you Real Talk with Fluffy. It'll be slightly funny, but very serious at the same time. And I hope that you can respect that. So let's get into this video right after this ad. So today's topic, we will be talking about immigration and the detention camps. So currently, we all have seen it. It's in the news. It's everywhere. Donald Trump, unfortunately, our president, has decided that immigration should be stopped by any means necessary. We should be, at this point, using taxpayer dollars to detain and to migrate these immigrants back to where they're coming from. Wow, we're totally making America great again, if that's how you started. It's unfortunate because in reality, if we are to go back in our history, we do know that pretty much everybody should be at this point be getting detained and sent back to wherever it is that they're from, because none of us are actually natives from here except for the Native Americans. But what do I know? I mean, I'm just saying that I've studied history for quite some time. I'm not sure if it's the same history lessons that Donald Trump got, but you know, or maybe he skipped those because his dad had so much money that he was able to completely bypass all of that, and money talks, and well, we all know the saying, BS walks, so, you know. But whatever, that's beside the point here. So today we're definitely going to be focusing on the treatment of those immigrants with these detention camps. So if you guys know anything about history, you might know about slavery and you might know about the Holocaust. Let's basically put those two together and use our Hispanic brothers and sisters and basically say, here we have it. This is what's going on. Now, what we've seen in recent history in the last few weeks, 680 immigrants or Hispanics. We're not even going to say immigrants because not all of them were immigrants, but 680 Hispanics were all detained from working in a chicken factory. 680, 100 of which those they actually detained and have started to send back to their original countries because they don't have the proper paperwork to be here. What's unfortunate is that same day that you raided this chicken factory, there were several hundreds of kids waiting for their parents to show up at the schools and the preschools and the daycares, and no one showed up. So I'm not entirely sure whose idea that was to execute that, to say, yeah, let's just go get them while they're at work. Let's forget that some of these people actually have families and children to attend to. And then let's not tell the preschool. Let's not tell the daycares. Let's not tell the teachers. So basically everyone's overworked and underpaid because ICE thought it was more important to go and detain these people. They're hardworking people. And that's the problem that I'm kind of having with America, because, and this is in no way, shape, fashion, or form to be shade, but let's be real here. The Hispanic people come here in hopes of having a better life. Some of them are actually trying to seek asylum because they're afraid of what may happen to them living in their own countries. And you can't blame them for coming here and trying to make just a decent lifestyle, just to have the basics. But I'm starting to see a pattern. They're coming here in hopes of being able to have a better lifestyle, or to be able to provide for their families that are still back home in those countries who are still struggling. But meanwhile, here in America, us bougie Americans at this point who have said, we're going to go to school and we're going to get the better jobs, because no one wants to work in a chicken factory. No one actually wants to cut chickens. No one wakes up in the morning and says, yeah, I totally want to cut the head off of a chicken so you guys can have Foster Farms and make your fried chicken, and then you can go and get Popeye's chicken sandwiches. I don't think we're waking up saying that. And it's unfortunate because as we kick those people out of our countries, now we're left with the jobs that no one feels like they're qualified. Excuse me. Everyone that's in America feels like they're too qualified to go and do. There are some people who would rather not have a job than to say, I'm going to be a trash man. And I'm not saying that all Hispanics are trash men. They're not. There's all types of people who could be a trash man. But what I am saying is that Hispanics are doing the jobs us Americans are either too bougie, too good for, and don't want to do or too lazy for. So I'm not understanding why we are going to kick out the help that is so desperately needed to make our country work. Are they forgetting or what? Oh, because I forgot everybody's vegan, so nobody cares about the chicken factories. Okay, maybe that's what it is, because we're moving to a day and age where everybody is deciding to be vegan because it's quote unquote healthy. Although from the beginning of time, they've been eating meat. So you know what? That's a conversation for another day. Focus. All right. So with that being said, I wonder what Donald Trump is thinking. I mean, I live in California, so for me, it's a little bit more diverse, you guys. And you guys have to understand exactly where I'm coming from. It's way more diverse here. And my neighbors are Hispanic, and I go to their house, and they come to mine. And we're cool, and we have this agreement. You look after my house if I'm on vacation. I look after your house, you know? And I'm fine. Some of the people that they're detaining them on the factor of that they may be either a flight risk or they may be some type of terrorist. Newsflash, it's only the white boys that's been killing people and shooting them up, okay? I mean, they're going to the movie theaters. I mean, for crying out loud, we can't go to Walmart now. So now I'm going to have to go back and get me a new Target card because you just can't go to Walmart because they're walking up with AK-47s, shooting everyone. I mean, okay, granted, black people will take the credit. We did have like 2 snipers in our day, just 2. I'm only going to take claim to 2. And I haven't seen any Hispanic terrorists. Sorry. I mean, if you want to consider El Chapo a terrorist, then, you know, cool. But I'm sorry. He's in cahoots with so many people. I mean, he has a very diverse team. I'm sorry. So I'm just trying to figure out and I'm not saying that all Hispanics are somehow innocent and they've never murdered anyone and they've never done anything. I'm not saying that at all. But I am saying some of the people that we're detaining, we're just detaining and interrupting lifestyles that they have come here and built. We also have asylum seekers who have come here because, let's say, a natural disaster has happened in their country and they come here and we tell them, okay, well, you can seek asylum here, you can start working, and now we're going to detain you. Even though you've been here for like 20 years and have made a lifestyle. I mean, why are we supposed to force them to go back to their country now? It's like, oh, okay, your country had a natural disaster 2 years ago, but they're all good now, so you can go back. You know, like, how does that make sense? I just want to understand if Congress, alongside Donald Trump and his administration, if they're having these actual conversations that we're having right now. If we take the entire political aspect out, let's just take it out. If we take all of that out, let's just talk about these people like they're actual human beings and not like they're a number. And not like they owe us any money. We're using taxpayer dollars to have these basically concentration slave camps. And I'm going to call it concentration slave camps because that's exactly what it is. They're taking this lock them up approach. That doesn't mean anything. I think at this point, you guys are trying to make them terrorists. I think you guys are trying to make them go crazy by locking them up and then giving them a piece of foil as a blanket and say, here you go. Wrap yourself up, little burrito. Keep warm at night. How? You're giving them water that's basically the same water from Flint. Are you serious? And speaking of which, can we get Flint together? Can we get that water crisis solved? It's been years now. Okay? That's a conversation for another day. I just, at this point, want to say, you guys, that ICE, it's BS. It's complete BS. We're tearing apart young children's lives. We're giving these children PTSD. You're driving families insane. You're driving families apart. And these are some of the moral values that we here practice in America. Family, unity, as one. And I get that. I understand that there are rules in place and that, yes, some people should follow the rules. But I do believe that we are in a democratic system that should be able to allow someone to come over here and be able to sign up for those rights. I do believe that we can police them. I do believe we can give them the bare minimum. And that way they can, assimilate into our actual culture. I do believe that we should do that. I do believe that they should spend more money on processing who can and cannot come in this country, rather than trying to say, okay, well, who's here now and let's send all of them back. We're not combating the problem. We're just adding to it. And I challenge everyone to think about this logically. Take politics out. Sometimes we don't need it. Sometimes it hinders our whole entire views. And that's where we go wrong at. Or maybe we just have racism, fascism, discrimination, segregation, and we have people who believe in those values and who grew up with those values in their home, who's the head of our countries. And it's unfortunate because I know that not every Hispanic person is a bad person. I know not every black person is a bad person, and I know not every white person is a bad person. So at this point, I would like to have a conversation with all of you who took the time to watch this today. Let's talk about it in these comments, you guys. And also let me know what other topics we'd like to chime in on as well. Until then, everyone, stay safe.